Hello. Welcome back to the channel, and today we have the 1991 Royal Rumble. We are flying through these Rumbles. I'm going to be honest with you, there's two talking points for this event, and you'll see why as we go through. Opening match, The Rockers versus the Orient Express. 20-minute tag match, giving it a 7 out of 10. Good hard-hitting, high-flying match. Nothing really important happens. Rockers beat the Orient Express. Not much else to say. The second match is Bossman versus the Barbarian. Two big hard-hitting dudes. I've given that a 7 out of 10 as well. Again, nothing really to talk about with that match. The real story of this Royal Rumble is the next match, which is the traitor Sergeant Slaughter against the Ultimate Warrior for the WWF title. Basically, there's good story in this one. Sergeant Slaughter, he's an Iraqi sympathiser. He's turned over to the dark side from the all good American side, and he's fighting the Warrior for the title. Apparently, Sergeant Slaughter got a lot of heat for this. Like, they asked him to do it, and he was like, "I'm worried about my family and that." And there were death threats and stuff like that. At one point, they did try and convince him to burn the American flag, and he was like, "I can't do that." It was like, obviously, he's an American patriot in real life, and also the fact that I think he pretty much said it was like, if I burn that flag, they've turned on him already, but this is just going to make it. This is going to fan the flames, literally. And I think he was like, really worried if he did that he'd probably get hurt. He could get hurt and killed, and his family could get hurt. Like, and he didn't want to do it, so they relented on that. But I think later in the pay-per-view, I think there's an interview with Mean Gene, and it's I would probably say it was with Hogan, and they're like, "Oh my god, I can't believe what I've just heard has happened. Sergeant Slaughter has burnt the American flag." So they kind of hinted that he did it, but no one actually saw him do it, and that's what carries this match. The story. I've given it a 7 out of 10. You could maybe bump it up to an 8 out of 10 if you wanted to. It's not a very good match. It's not the best. There's another sub-storyline where Macho Man Randy Savage has made a deal that if Slaughter wins the title, he gets a title shot. And Sensational Sherry, she tries to convince the Warrior, and she's like, "Oh, I love you, Warrior. You're the best." You know. If you win, will you give Macho Man a title shot? And he's like, "No, I'm not going to do it." And Macho Man's not very happy about that. So there is a point where Sherry interferes. Warrior's not happy, so he kind of like traipses after and follows her. And Savage attacks Warrior outside, like completely lays him out. I think he hits him with like, it's like a light stand or something like that. Warrior makes his way back to the ring, kind of has this little comeback, but then Slaughter beats him. So Slaughter's the new champ, so Macho Man's got his way. And then like Warrior's kind of like selling, and then he just pops up, runs out the back and runs after Macho Man and Sherry, and they're doing an interview in a locker room. And then all of a sudden, Warrior's just there, like, pounding on the door, trying to get in, and they just run off. So yeah, overall the story was what carried it, because otherwise it was probably like a 5 out of 10 match. It was rubbish. Slaughter isn't very good in the ring. Warrior was very limited in the ring. I feel like it should, for the importance, it should have been bumped up to just before the Rumble, but it's not. It's like the third match on the card. The fourth match is the Mountie and Coco Beware, and it's just basically a squash match. I think it's just to get the Mountie over, who is Jacques Rougeau, one of the fabulous Rougeaus, and then he goes on to form a tag team. Oh, what are they called? They're in a later. The Quebecers, that's it. He forms a... He kind of... I think he gets an IC title win. And then he loses it like 2 days later. I think it's at a later Royal Rumble. And that's all really the Mountie does. And then obviously he goes into a tag team. The next match is Ted DiBiase and Virgil against Dusty and Dustin. DiBiase is... what's the black woman that was with Dusty Rhodes? I can't remember her name now. But he kind of like buys her off and draws him to inside, and that's why this match is there. Two important things in this match happen. What have I given it? I give it a 6 out of 10. It weren't that great, to be fair. Dusty and Dustin end up leaving not long after this. And also, I think Virgil accidentally attacks Ted DiBiase. Ted loses his rag and beats up Virgil a bit. Then he ends up going on and winning the match. And then after the match, he's like, I pay you, you do what I say. And then Virgil turns on him. So that's kind of a big moment for it. But it's just the bog standard match, really. And then we go on to the Royal Rumble. We've got Bret Hart, Texas Tornado, not the best, most star-studded, Undertaker, Bulldog, okay, gets a bit better. You've got Smash, Randy Savage, who's supposed to be in the match, but his number gets drawn. The buzzer goes off and he doesn't come out. Animal and Hawk, Crush, Jim Duggan, Earthquake, Mr. Perfect, Hogan, the Warlord, Tugboat. It's a decent Rumble. You've got some star power in there. Earthquake is still kind of feuding a bit with Hogan. He ends up getting eliminated by Hogan. Hogan gets 7 eliminations as well. And then it's I think it's Earthquake and Tugboat have got a bit of a rivalry going on as well. Nothing really happens. One thing that does happen is Rick Martel enters and he lasts 52 minutes, which is like a new record. I always liked Rick the Model Rick the Model Martel. I don't know why, I was just drawn to him. I just thought it was cool. This Rumble... Scratched a spot and bleeding on my arm. Don't need to know that really, do you? This is a 7 out of 10, and this is another... Be good if I won another Rumble, so then I've won 2 consecutive Rumbles, and I'm the best. Yes, that was a very good impression of the Hulkster who ends up winning it. 7 out of 10 Rumble, it was alright. Also 7 out of 10 overall. And that is your 1991 Royal Rumble. If you have enjoyed my little take on it, then like, comment, subscribe, ring the notification bell, all that lovely stuff, and I shall see you in the next video. Have a good day, have a good afternoon, have a good evening, and have a good night. And from here on out, we never have to see Hulk Hogan win a Royal Rumble again, so all's good. Bye-bye.